Hello, this is Nick Williams. I want to take a couple of minutes to tell you what I'm going to be covering and how it's going to help you on the workshop that I've devised called The Book You Were Born to Write, which is on the 24th of April. Now, it's only a 3-hour, I've called it a mini masterclass because I'm really just going to focus in on giving you some really kind of key things that I think are going to help you get the idea for the book that you have in you into some structure. Now, the reason I've created this workshop is, I think from a kid I thought I had a book in me. And it took me to the age of about 38 to start writing it. So I was in resistance for a long time, I had a lot of fear about writing and expressing myself. But I think as much as anything, what I also lacked was how to structure my thoughts and how to structure my ideas. Because it was almost like for 38 years I managed not to write very much at all. And then when I started to write and started to learn how to structure my ideas and put structures in place to support that I really began to become successful in my authentic writing. I've now written 5 books, I've written hundreds of articles and blog posts and done amazing things. So I think there are obviously 2 elements to it. One is finding your authentic voice. Now this workshop's not so much about finding your authentic voice. I'm going to be running other events in the months to come about finding your authentic voice. So I'm assuming you've got an idea of what you want to be expressing already. What I'm going to be covering with you is how to put some structure around that, and specifically how to structure a book. So I know it might sound like I'm making a big promise, but by the end of it you will have written a first cover blurb for your book. You'll start having a chapter outline for your book. You'll start having a real idea about what each chapter's about. So you'll have that information, but what I'm going to teach you as much as anything is a process by which you do that. So you can take that process away and use it on any idea that you have for writing, although the truth is you can use these ideas I'm going to teach you for designing articles, you can use them for designing blog posts, you can even use them for designing talks and workshops. So I'm going to teach you some very, very useful processes to put structure to your ideas. Because I used to think that authentic self-expression didn't need structure. It was like, well, you just express yourself, you just put yourself on the page. But I realised if you want to be a successful writer, you need to make what you do readable. Because obviously you're writing for a reader, and that's the difference between kind of just writing in your journal, if you like, writing for your own self-expression, and writing for the world to be read and to be well accepted as a writer, because what you write is very readable. So I'm going to teach you how to put some structure to your ideas so that you can create an outline for your book. Now obviously you're not going to have written your book in 3 hours, I'm not going to promise you that at all. But I've taught this workshop in Dublin already, and the material that I'm going to teach you is firstly what I've used over the last 14 years now since I wrote my first book. And I've taught these techniques to a lot of other, on an individual basis. This is the first time I've actually done this in London. But I've worked with a lot of individuals to help them develop their book ideas. And a lot of those people are now published, either self-published or a number of them are published with major publishers too. So I know these ideas really work because they've worked for me, and I want to teach them to you so they can work for you, so that you can get your voice out there. Basically what this is about is enabling you to get your voice out there in a way that people want to hear your voice and they'll benefit from it, so that will be a joy to you to get your voice out into the world, but also it will help your business, it will help your self-esteem, it will just help you show up in the world and get better known, so that you can have a fuller and richer life, make the contribution that you're here to make. And the other side of it is, to be honest, being an author, having a book published, has transformed my life. The creative process is a joy for me. I love writing, but having books out in the world in the way that I'm going to teach you how to do it, so many doors have opened for me. I've got invited around the world to give talks in about 15 different countries. I've made friends around the world. My life is just so much richer for being an author and having books published. So if this helps you across the threshold to get your ideas out into the world more, I hope to see you there, and I hope it's really, I think it will really benefit you to come along. So come along, 24th of April, 10:30 to 1:30. Hope to see you there. Thank you for watching this, and all the best. Bye-bye.